Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Illegitimate. Oh no! Oh, I fucked it up. Oh,
I want you to leave that in there.
it's hard to say the title. I realized that last week. Anyway, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Illegitimate Theatre Podcast. This is the fantastic podcast for the wonderful site Illegitimate Theatre. Every single month, we're going to talk to comedians, we're going to talk to room runners, we're going to talk to people in the comedy community about what they do, who they are. Maybe some shows that are coming up. We don't know yet. Well, actually, we do know because we talk to them and then we see through time. That's kind of how it works. If you're a comedian, you kind of become a Time Lord. This week we have comedian / Time Lord Angus Hodge. How you doing, Angus?
I'm well. I hope I regenerate into a better performer. That'd be good.
That'd be great if, like, as a Time Lord, you just do comedy through history. Like, you just like, if you were a historian and then you became a comic and then you became a Time Lord, you could just go through, like, any point in history and just riff on shit.
Wow, that sounds like it would really need, like, a deep understanding of what people hate throughout every point in time.
Just if you go to, like, Salem and you just do bits about witches,
yeah,
that would fucking kill.
Yeah, nail it.
Yeah.
Nail it. Take that, you harpies. I
don't know.
Your
late 18th century, poorly thought out ideas, I guess.
Yeah.
American comedy's gone through some harsh years, especially in the 18th century.
Yeah,
it was just jokes about Indians and Native Americans and witches.
Well, everyone, like, there's an undercurrent of people, you know, making a big deal about how hard female comics have it nowadays. Imagine getting burnt at the stake. You guys have it easy.
Well, Joan of Arc was a great young comic in her time.
I think she was ahead of her time. I think that was her problem. She's French, so she probably went to Goya.
Yeah. She was trained well.
That's a real fucking comedy nerd reference very early on. And I'm proud of it.
Yeah, no, you should be. It's
I don't even know if I pronounced his name right.
There's a lot to be said about sort of references in comedy and stuff like that, like in terms of like how, because it took me a while to realize what a deep cut meant.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's when, like, somebody just, like, references something that's, like, super far back or, like, would be difficult to understand without, like a deep knowledge. Like, if I made...
Like an in-depth in-joke.
Yeah, like, if I was talking to somebody about, like, Dan Harmon or, like, about Community, and then I made, like, a reference to, like, a Channel 101 show, which is, like, the web series, like, thing that he created back, like, a decade ago and stuff like that.
I feel like it's a good way to make sure that, like, only two people in the room are having a good time. Exactly. Just ruin shit for everyone except for the two people who get the joke.
There's
It's okay if it's standalone funny.
Yeah.
Don't be a wanker.
So how are you preparing for? Because you've got an Adelaide Fringe Festival show, you've got a Melbourne International Comedy Festival show. How are you preparing for both?
I am just I was really trying to force myself to write.
Yeah.
And now I'm just gonna take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a hard show to write. It's my 4th hour.
Wow.
Which is...
Oh, damn. That's
stupid. That's a stupid amount of talking to do.
Well, yeah, but it's not 4 hours in a row. It's 4 hours over 4.5 years. How long have you been doing comedy? Because
Oh, too long. I should be on TV. Or, you know, just better.
That's some oldie speak. No, nobody's on TV anymore from comedy.
I've been doing it almost 8 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably 8 years, like this month. But,
wow. Yeah.
I started when I was 16.
Jesus.
So I was just like a dumb kid. Like, the first 4 years were just bullshit. I didn't even know what I want to do.
What is your process for, like, working on material as you're writing for a full hour? Like, what's that sort of like? Like, you just try to go to as, like, many open mics as possible?
I was for a while, and I have in the past, but this year for some reason the material came pretty early on.
Like, do you have a subject for it? Like, what's the...
It's about, the show's going to be about passion.
No.
And about anger.
Oh.
And how...
They're very linked.
Yeah.
Like crimes of passion.
Exactly. And how... Well, that's like a big part of the show. I'm talking about how if you say someone had a passionate conversation with someone,
yes, yeah,
it can either mean it was like they were very interested in what they were both talking about, or they were yelling at each other.
Yeah. And
I'm really interested in that dynamic of anger being very honest.
So when you write the full hour, what is your process? Like, do you have just like a jumping off point, and because you said passion and anger? Like how do you write around that, or do you have like sort of bits that you're doing through the year that you can sort of add to it?
I feel as though a lot of people think they get very into how their show thematically links up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think if, as is the trend in Australian comedy, and as I've done for the last few years, if you're writing a show every year, then it's gonna link up organically, because it is, it's 12 months in your life, which isn't a long time. But the big part of it is like you're not that different to who you were 12 months ago. None of us are, really, in the scheme of the universe. So everything.
This is a bad thing to post to me, but I'm going to let our listeners decide that.
To what? Post to you?
To post to me, but I agree with you as an objective person.
But like, you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. I
mean, sure, like, if you lose your family in a freak, like they get eaten by sharks, you're probably going to change.
Yeah, you're going to have like a fear of the ocean. You're not going to write bits about the ocean.
The average Joe is the same piece of shit they were.
12 months
and it's not even 12 months. It's
no!
Like, it's 10 months, 9 months.
Yeah, because you're doing, in that time, you've got like a bunch of other festivals you have to go to. And do
you do the same show for 3 months.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But,
is it just dawned on you now? Like, just saying it out loud?
Yeah, I'm off to Adelaide tomorrow.
Oh my god, that's right. You told me, yeah.
Tomorrow at lunchtime.
Yes.
And I've just been killing time all week.
Really?
I'm just so excited to be going to Fringe. It's the best time of year.
So when you started comedy, did you start in Adelaide when you were 16?
I did Class Clowns.
Oh shit, yeah, the raw comedy for younger kids kind of thing.
For high school
students.
Yeah. Some guys the year before did it the year above me in high school. And I saw their thing and I just went, oh, I could do that. And I did, and it was good fun. And so I did that the year after, I also did Raw. And I often say that I've been doing comedy. Everyone goes, "How long have you been doing comedy?" I'm like, I've been doing it 8 years, but like 4 of those years, not only was I a dumb kid, but it was like Adelaide time,
What do you mean? Why are they stuck in like this weird paradox thing?
No, it's just a community, and sometimes like you just have it's a lot more about having fun and throwing shit up against the wall. Yeah. I feel like in Melbourne, everyone feels like everyone's watching.
Oh.
And I think everyone needs to take a deep breath and realise that no one's watching. I mean, there are people...
Except for other comedians.
Yeah, it's like people are watching, but they're not watching you.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I get... Yeah, they're watching themselves and thinking about how they can do your bits better.
Yeah, and it's like, it's okay, man. Like, everyone's so, you can't go up and do 5 minutes of shit. You can. And you can get 10 minutes of great material from it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did a bit of research on you, and in terms of... how long ago did you move to Melbourne and stuff?
16 months.
Yeah. So you've been here for a short time and stuff like that. So like, how was it sort of integrating from the Adelaide comedy community into the Melbourne comedy community? Like, did you have people here that, because I know there's a few Adelaide comedians here, like even like long time ones, like Justin Hamilton, of course, and
yeah. It was alright. Like, I moved with people.
Yeah.
And I did the festival before I moved, a couple of times.
Yeah.
And we moved just after we did Melbourne Fringe, so I kind of got to know a lot of people through that. Plus, I moved up with, James McCann and Demi Lardner.
Yeah.
Which was all well and good for a while, and then it wasn't.
Oh, Jesus! Oh my God! Well, McCann's doing Sound of Nazis at the moment, and Demi's got a show during Comedy Festival with another Angus.
Angus Brown,
Angus Brown, yes.
Best good show.
Yes.
Yeah. As well as, whatever else.
I heard their previews went very well.
I teched their preview.
Okay, good, yeah.
So, they were on it. I, not so much, because they asked me to do it, like, the afternoon of the thing.
Have you got experience in tech?
No.
Oh, okay. They just asked you, like, out of the blue, like, can you just press this iPod and just press play on it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So, they were great. I was not. But also, whatever. I didn't even get paid. Whatever.
No, exactly. Well, because you're friends and you're helping out and stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm not bitter about it.
No,
I'm just saying that,
you don't...
like, I didn't do a job worthy of paying.
So with, do you remember the first joke you ever wrote, like, when you were 16? What was it?
Oh, you motherfucker. So when I started comedy, this is what you got to understand.
Yeah.
I don't think I was a dumb fucking kid. This is like pre the big advent of YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, this is
2006.
This is 2006.
Yeah.
The joke I wrote, the first one that I remember being like, oh yeah, nailed that. And when I started off, I was like really deadpan. It was just this monotone, and I stuck with that for a few years, and then I became a human. All right, it was, so I was, oh fuck, even the setup is embarrassing. So I was watching The Biggest Loser the other day, and I saw that someone went on The Biggest Loser and gained weight. Did you see this? I'm like, how can you go, shut your fucking mouth. I was like, shut up, I'm trying to, I'm deadpan, remember? Mm-hmm. How can you go on The Biggest Loser and gain weight? Sure, that's like going on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and losing money, or going on The Price is Right and getting your car taken away from you.
That's good. That's really good for a 16-year-old. That's probably really, really good.
Yeah, but it's just so empty.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Most. I mean, like, unless you're sort of like breaking apart certain reality shows, most jokes about reality shows are fairly hollow.
Yeah, it's like I bought a fucking picture frame and glued macaroni to it and just went, like, the structure, none of that structure is mine. I just put some accoutrements on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't even splash out for glitter. Just
the part, and you just wrote with the macaroni, you just wrote joke in the center of it.
Yeah, and I just, rather than putting a picture in the picture frame, I just drew a crude stick figure of Larry Emder.
with his microphone.
Shoved it in there.
And just a whole new beach setting. Yeah, it's yeah. Oh man, do you watch a lot of reality TV or like
no?
Like what shows do you like?
Oh, Broad City's amazing.
Oh fuck yeah!
But everyone likes Broad City.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most popular underground show.
Yeah. Like I've had this discussion with many people that like that's one of the biggest things like in Australia is we just don't have like anything like Broad City or Workaholics and stuff like that. Like I feel like there's so much that like
I've
we
not
don't
watched
do
Workaholics.
No.
Should I?
No, it's good. I like it. I feel like it takes the usual sort of slacker style, like three dudes doing whatever sort of comedy, and then it actually takes it to a whole different level.
I've been on an Always Sunny binge at the moment.
I gotta catch up to that as well.
Because they're... Let's go back to what we were saying earlier, but they're my kind of people.
Like the characters or the creators?
Well, they're the same.
What do you mean your kind of people? Like, what was your upbringing like?
No, I just see myself in them.
Oh, yeah.
I relate to them.
They're
the most relatable characters on television, and they're all, like, horrible pieces of shit.
I feel I've had so many empathetic moments with Charlie that I hate myself for
man, yeah. Charlie's amazing. I love Frank, Danny DeVito.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's like an unashamed scumbag, and he's just... He is humanity.
I feel like he deserves like an Emmy or a Golden Globe just for that role. Because they've never been nominated. Always Sunny's never been nominated for any Emmys or Golden Globes. Which is kind of heartbreaking.
Just amazing. And it's... Like, that show is like, what, season 10 now?
Yes, they're up to season 10,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that a story about 5, like, awful people...
Yeah.
Just ripping people off, doing horrible things.
Yeah.
Like, there was... Well, I was watching the episode last night where they buy a boat. It's like one of the... It was just where I was up to, but I was also reading this thing of, like, the top 10 Always Sunny episodes, and that was on there.
Yeah.
And it was just... They're having this conversation about how if they... One of them says that if they take a woman out in the boat, the woman will feel pressured to have sex with them because she'll be thinking about like the repercussions if she doesn't.
Yeah.
And then they're like, dude, that sounds a little bit, that sounds horrible. And he's like, no, I'm just saying that they'll feel obligated. This was a running gag throughout the episode.
Yeah.
But because they're horrible people, they get away from it.
Yeah.
It. Like, it's just
like the whole dentist system. Where
absolutely.
And
you're not meant to like them, but you're meant to take joy in how awful they are.
Yeah.
And it's a great dynamic. It's really well written.
You fly out to Adelaide tomorrow as we're recording this. What are
Yes.
you most excited for, and what are you most terrified about doing Adelaide Fringe at the moment?
Oh shit, man! I mean, are we talking like professionally? Like,
No, just in general.
oh, I'm just
And then
excited to
professionally.
be drinking beer with my friends.
Oh, that's
Like,
nice.
I mean, I do that here, but there it's like an atmosphere. There's no
Yeah.
obligation. You flit about. Right, a room where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
I know. I guess professionally, when I get there, I'm really looking forward to. I MC a burlesque show.
Oh, that's great.
I did last year, and they've got me back.
That's fantastic. What's the name of the show, so we can?
It's called Bazinga Burlesque. You'd love this. It's
Have you listened to other podcasts I've been to?
it's nerd themed burlesque.
Ah, fuck.
I nearly had an anxiety attack
What?
emceeing it.
Why?
Here's the if there's three things I don't deal well with,
Sure.
it's
I feel like you're about to say women.
well, it's heights, breasts, and my childhood. And there was a woman. One of the performers was dressed as Misty from Pokemon, doing a pole dance.
I'm going to Adelaide.
On top
I'm
of
coming with you
on
tomorrow.
top of a pole that was secured at the bottom.
Oh no!
And so it was
no! Oh my
wobbling
god!
up the top.
Oh, you'll impale
And
someone.
she knew what she was doing.
Yeah,
Like, it was secured well. She knew she was safe or
she's
whatever.
professional.
But I was just like, it's a character that I watched when I was 10,
Yeah.
getting her breasts out, and she's gonna fall and kill herself. And I had to look away. Like, usually emceeing burlesque, I look away for other reasons.
Yeah.
Mainly because I have to go back on stage in a minute. And
You want to be calm and collected and not
all that.
thinking
yeah.
about the fact that you got to catch them all.
Yeah, but just this, I was just like, this is too much. And my breathing and the walls closed in, and I was just like, I gotta. By the second night, I was able to watch it. And I'm like, okay.
Man. Angus, you're going to be at the Adelaide Fringe Festival. What are the dates?
Just put Angus Hodge into the Fringe website. It's the second half of the Fringe. 10:15 at Rhino Room.
Cool.
Also, it's called Slow Death of the Spirit Animal.
Yes. Which is a great title, I have to say. It's a really, really good, like, just the imagery it conveys.
Oh,
Just from
thanks,
the
man.
title.
I've sold 9 tickets. So,
I'm so sorry.
don't be sorry. That just means there's a whole lot of people who are missing out on
Yeah. Sweet comedy show.
a great show I have yet to write.
Yeah.
Come to Bazinga Burlesque.
Yes.
If you've got kids, bring them to the kids show
Yes.
that I'm a part of. Mr. Snotbottom and the Attack of the Stinky Silly Zombie Babies.
Is that did you write that, or you're a part of it? Or
No,
is
I play a handkerchief. We haven't really set up a backstory, and it's kind of
after 4 years?
yeah. Who needs one? He just goes, "Oh, here's my handkerchief, Derek," and I walk out.
That's great. That's like.
But I hate it.
Oh.
So I'm like, I don't know if this is some sort of like slave, or if he just hates his job.
Like Snowbottom's got like a genuine, like he's got like a secret that he's got of Derek's that he's just like, if you ever leave me, I'm just gonna like print this, or I'm gonna say this.
That could be it. Like,
Yeah,
Snotbottom is just really nasty to Derek. And
I don't want to judge a book by his cover, but his name is Snotbottom.
yeah, and I mean, like, the thing I love about the Snotbottom show is that it has absolutely no lessons. I love it. It's kids.
It's a kid's show, but it's not like a morality tale.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not at
It's not
all.
like Barney, where you like learn a song or a way to treat people by the end of it.
Yeah, it's the children's comedy equivalent of like an episode of Seinfeld. We just get to the end
It's
of
a
it.
comedy show for kids about nothing.
You just get to the end of it and go, well, they learned nothing. And I learned nothing watching it.
Oh.
I love it. It's
Aw.
great. It's a good way to be. So come to that.
So
Come to my
so
show.
Bazinga Burlesque, Slow Death of the Spirit Animal.
Yep.
Mr. Snotbottom. All at Adelaide Fringe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. And Slow Death of the Spirit Animal and Snotbottom are also going to be it.
Melbourne International Comedy Festival starting
Yeah.
March 26th. Are you on the full run, or was it just bits and pieces?
I'm doing Thursday, Friday, Saturdays.
Nice.
At 11 p.m.
Okay.
Where
we're at.
The Portland Hotel.
Oh, that's gonna be good. I plan on like just turning up on like certain nights to just certain rooms and just be like, I want all the tickets. For
I'll
this,
have one of
this,
everything.
Yeah, for this evening, and I just stick around for like a whole night. Just that'll be my entire night.
Yeah, I mean, it's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
It's pretty intensive.
So I don't miss anything, and I get to see all my friends do great shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, sometimes they're bad. I have an annual tradition.
Okay.
Adelaide Fringe, Melbourne Comedy Festival. It's like if I have a night off.
Yes.
And I implore all of you to do this because it's... I mean, normal people might not go for this because at the end of the day, it's kind of horrible. But what I do...
Where is this going?
Is I have a night off. I go out and I buy myself like a really nice meal. Because, it's festival. You eat like shit. So I'll go buy myself like a steak or something.
Yeah.
Red meat, just something powerful.
Nice.
Drink a beer alone. And then I'll go to what looks like the worst show.
Oh, no.
I'll just go to what looks like a really horrible show.
Sure.
From a deluded, incompetent.
Okay.
And just have myself a fun time. There's an amazing, wonderful beauty in like just seeing. And the good thing about this little thing that I do for myself is that every now and then I'll see a great show. But every now and then I'll see someone eat shit, and that's so much.
Fuck.
That's so
like
good
it's just their parents in the audience.
Yeah, their parents and me,
fuck,
and they're so grateful for me.
I feel like it would be more heartbreaking
and I laugh.
than funny.
I laugh no matter what they say. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's like if you're in a dark pit of like, oh, no one's coming to my fucking show. You go to one of these shows and you just go, everything's going to be okay.
Jesus Christ.
Why is this not...
That's so dark.
Is this not...
So
is this not nice? Is this...
No, it's not that. It's just like, I keep thinking about like the other person, and you're like the only person that they don't personally know that's at the show, and their eyes light up that someone else is there, that someone's like made this decision, they came to see my show, and then they want to talk to you afterwards and being like, oh hey man, why'd you come to my show? What excuse do you give? Like, what's the reason?
Just had time to kill, saw it in the card, looked good. You know what I love about people who've been doing... You can tell when someone's been doing comedy for a certain amount of time, and it's that moment... You
just did like a Spanish click thing, like you're about to go into a samba.
Yeah, I almost am. It's like a... And I always do this, especially if it's a good friend of mine on stage.
Sure.
But especially if it's someone I hate. And there's that great moment of a comic delivering something with so much passion and emphasis, and like they've just dropped like a callback punchline that ties their thing in a bow neatly. And there's this moment, and it's punchline, silence, and then like a whole bunch of comics going, ha! Like, I love that. I live for that. Especially if it's a friend of mine.
I've heard that.
Especially if it's a good friend of mine, I'll just go, ha! Because they'll know they ate shit. That, you can't fake that. Do you ever leave messages on people, like, their recording devices?
No, I hate it.
Recording
I fucking
gigs?
hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it.
I love it.
Oh, shit.
My friend Mark Ryan, who's an Adelaide comedian, beautiful man, one of my favourite people in the world, he left his, phone recording his set.
Oh, that! I thought you meant like you were leaving a message for a friend on the phone.
No.
You mean like somebody recording
So he
a
leaves
set.
his phone recording his set.
Yes.
And I just snuck up to it and I put on like a voice and I'm like, this guy's terrible. This is the worst comedian I've seen in my life. Like, this guy just sucks. And I was like, oh, he'll find that later and be like, someone's taking the piss. The first time he had a really good set.
Yeah.
So rather than listening back to it, and this is just when he started comedy.
Oh, don't tell me you posted it online.
He played it for his wife.
Oh, no!
He just went, oh, I had a great set. I recorded it. And she goes, oh, let me listen. So about a minute in, like, he's doing really well. And someone goes, this is horrible. And about 2 weeks later, he goes to me, "Thanks for the message you left on my phone." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes,
shit.
"When I was doing my set." He goes, "It took me like a week to figure out who it was." And then like, as soon as I'm like, "It's probably Hodge," he was just like, "Oh, fuck, that's got to be Hodge."
Oh my god.
As I said, I love ruining people's day.
Angus Hodge, thank you so much on being on the Illegitimate Theatre podcast. You've left us with games, you've left us with plugs for comedy. Do see Angus Hodge, Death of a Spirit Animal, Bazinga Burlesque, and Mr. Oh man, I nearly said that. Snotbutt?
Slow Death of the Spirit Animal.
Slow Death of a Spirit Animal.
Mr. Snotbottom and the Attack of the Stinky Silly Zombie Babies.
I feel like you should have just said it.
Bazinga Burlesque Nerdlesque Nights.
Jesus. Thank you so much for listening to the Illegitimate Theatre podcast. Do follow us on Facebook. Do follow us on Twitter. And you'll hear from us in the coming weeks. And have a wonderful day.
I feel like people are going to unlike my page.